What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeofalogic.com. Now listen, I want you guys to ignore this. This is a towel. I'm cold, and I don't feel like putting on this big old jacket, but I wanted to make this video, and I haven't seen you guys in a while, so ta-da! Listen, I got to be very careful with this story because I don't want to piss off the YouTube gods, but I want you to listen and pay attention, okay? So they have a new Ebola vaccine that has been released, and the health staff at the Denver hospital, so the Denver hospital doctors and nurses have taken the Ebola vaccine. That's right, the Ebola vaccine. So let me read this article. I'm going to read a little bit of the article, and then I'm going to show you the video of their thought process, and tell me what you think in the comments section. In case you missed it, Denver Health medical staff receives first live Ebola vaccine that sheds for the first time in history. A group of medical staff at Denver Health made history last November by being among the first to receive a live Ebola vaccine. Why are we just not hearing it in January then? This is not, look, this is January the 20th. Right now it's Saturday, January the 20th. If this was done in November, why are we just hearing about it now? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, anyway. A decision drawing attention due to its unusual nature and the vaccine's reported shedding characteristics. Although there are currently no Ebola outbreaks. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me read that again, okay? Just in case those of you in the back couldn't hear me. Although there are currently no Ebola outbreaks, the proactive approach of Denver's health high-risk infection team has been both lauded and questioned. The live Ebola vaccine, the live Ebola vaccine administered to members of the Denver Health high-risk infection team is part of a proactive strategy to bolster defense against potential future outbreaks. Yeah, that's what I read. You heard correctly. Ebola, known for its high fatality rate, caused global concern during the 2014 West Africa epidemic, which also resulted in cases within the United States. While the world is currently free of any Ebola outbreak, sorry, let me read that again. While the world is currently free of any Ebola outbreaks, the team at Denver Health is not taking any chances. Yes, you heard me read that correctly. And like I said, I'm not giving any opinion, YouTube, because I know you're going to watch this. I'm not giving any opinion. I am just reading what I see. Okay, that's all. I'm just informing my audience. So let's watch this news show that's going to talk about it a little bit more in detail and feature the doctors and nurses who are actually getting the shot.
A few medical employees at Denver Health made history today. They became some of the first people to get the live Ebola vaccine for preventative measures.
You've likely heard of Ebola, a rare but deadly disease. Back in 2014, there was a major outbreak in West Africa that did lead to some cases here in the United States. 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry sharing with us why a medical team here in Colorado are some of the first to get the vaccine.
Go ahead and take her back to the room where we were set up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So much of a hospital is procedural.
Hello.
But nothing is routine when the doctor is the patient.
And we're like fun people, right?
Oof. I wouldn't want her to be my doctor. She got crazy eyes. I kid you not. If I was in a room And I was in the waiting room or the hospital room with my little hospital gown on. And this came in, hi, how are you doing? Are we okay? What are we in for? I'm like, pew, I'm out that door, honey. Okay. She looks like the president of the Boiling Rabbits Committee. There's no way I would trust this woman.
Dr. Maria Frank is eager today to take on something
Exciting.
and even a little momentous.
Historic. Yeah.
Dr. Frank is getting the Ebola vaccine today.
Little poke.
Denver Health says they're the first high-infection medical team to get it as a preventative measure.
And there we are.
They're one of 13 centers in the U.S.
All right.
that can care for Ebola patients.
Just like that.
Although right now, the likelihood is low.
And even though there's no current outbreaks happening in the world, we want to make sure that people have the chance to be protected.
Chad, I'm sorry. We have to rewind what she said. I thought she said, even though there's no outbreaks in the world, we need to be protected. Let's listen to that again. Because I'm a little hard of hearing. So let's listen to that. And I don't want YouTube to think I'm taking any opinion. I'm just informing my audience here. So let's listen to that again.
Now, the likelihood is low.
And even though there's no current outbreaks happening in the world, we want to make sure that people have the chance to be protected in case we need to care for a patient that has a disease with a mortality potentially of 70%.
In 2014, the largest Ebola epidemic started in West Africa. A few cases trickled into the United States. 11 people were treated. Just one person died. The FDA approved the first vaccine 5 years later.
Ebola has a very high mortality rate, so it's exciting to be a part of this next step in treating this disease.
So Ebola was really, really bad in West Africa. And you had a couple of cases here in America. It has a high fatality rate, but we don't have an outbreak yet. Okay, there's no Ebola outbreak yet. So this is the reason why the staff is getting the vaccine, that sheds, because they, are just protecting themselves just in case, it happens.
Elizabeth Lenz is another recipient today. She's a Denver Health paramedic. That's also part of the high-risk infection team. She helps transport highly infectious patients that need care at the treatment center.
All right.
Today, she can do that with a little peace of mind.
It burns a little bit in the shoulder, but it's all right.
Knowing.
Oh, these women are rough to look at, dude. Buzz your girlfriend. Woof. Okay.
She's now protected.
Exactly.
Lenz hopes this vaccine turns the calendar to the next era. One with more treatment and less tragedy.
We're advancing and finding a way to actually prevent this.
As far as how long the Ebola vaccine lasts, Dr. Frank says right now it's just one dose. The vaccine they got is only available to frontline workers that may be at risk of being exposed to the virus.
Popularity of vaccines took a big hit through COVID, but you have to wonder, they're not inventing them for fun. A lot of people in medicine say they work, they're important, they save lives.
Exactly, and knowing that Ebola has such a high mortality rate, back in West Africa in 2014, that was brutal. Thousands were killed at that point. So knowing how high that mortality rate, they don't want to take any chances, and they want to get people protected.
Yeah, because West Africa and America are exactly the same. I'm just saying, I'm not making an opinion. I'm just, we have similarities. West Africa, America. West Africa, America.
Hopefully, the experience with COVID has educated many people about the spread of these things, because Ebola was one of those that people are like, huh? So, yeah, and it spreads, and it is deadly. Thank you, Julie.
Okay, well, there's that. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I can't give you guys the article because these articles not allowed anymore in the description box, but just head on over to Gateway Pundit and you'll or type this in the search bar, and you'll find the article. It has some very interesting videos in there. Very interesting videos. There's some other videos. I can't play them though. But anyway, let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Are you going to get the Ebola vaccine? It's going to protect you in case there's an outbreak. Leave a like and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Later, taters.